Hey leaders, we want to talk to you today on why is it important to be at church on Sunday mornings. Now, I know this sounds like a redundant thing that we talk about all the time, but there are really a few reasons why it's important to be there. One, we think that fishermen go where the fish are, and there's no other gathering during the week that we have like a Sunday morning where students are going to be in one spot, and we want to be there to intentionally engage them and to connect with them. And so we think there are three purposes for a leader on a Sunday morning. We want to give them to you. The first one is this. We have new students who come periodically, and we want leaders there to greet them and to connect with them and to try to assimilate them into our ministry. And so if you're not there, then we are at a deficit in that, and it's going to be hard to connect new students to our ministry.
The next one is modeling worship for your students. And this is a really big deal because students don't know how to worship unless we show them how to worship. And it doesn't need to be this fake thing where you're faking something, but a lot of times passion follows obedience. And so we just ask you to worship in front of your students and express yourself through raising your hands or getting on your knees or however you need to worship the Lord, because the students need to see you do that and they will follow. They will see you worship and they will worship with you.
Yeah, and the last thing that we'll say to you is this, is that if you are there on a Sunday morning with your students, then you have the opportunity to engage them in the moment as they interact with God's Word through teaching and through worship. There are students who are dealing with all sorts of things, and there's a lot of brokenness in our ministry. And if you're there right whenever they're interacting with God's Spirit on a Sunday, then you have the opportunity to pray for them, to minister to them, to take communion with them, and to maybe say something to them that they wouldn't otherwise hear. And so it is important for leaders to be at church on Sundays. We don't just say this because it's a fun thing to say. We need you there because we want to shape students into passionate disciples of Christ. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.